Cool. I just lost Jeanette's video, but I'm sure she'll be back.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can't see you.
Okay, that's okay. I'm in the cabin and I'm struggling to get internet, so.
Okay, gotcha. I'll tell you what, that being the case, just in case your signal goes completely haywire.
Yeah.
Why don't we start with you today?
Okay.
So everything's going okay?
Doing okay. This week's gonna be a struggle. I didn't do my fruit yesterday, and last night, man, I was craving sugar like you wouldn't believe. I mean, I was like a bear going through the cabinets looking for anything. So yeah, the struggle for sugar was real yesterday.
Interesting. So what'd you do about it?
I felt like I was jonesing. I drank as much water as I possibly could. And yeah, that's about it. But yeah, this is gonna be a tough week. It really is. Getting rid of the fruit, getting rid of the coffee. And I will confess I had half a cup of coffee on Friday because it was one of those days I just needed to be mentally sharper than I was getting to be. So confession.
Yeah. And Eric says that coffee as a hack every once in a while is not the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
And even though it does provide some short-term benefits, the longer term half-life of sleep disturbance and all the other stuff that's wrong with caffeine, for most people, it's really not an appropriate thing to do on a regular basis. But cool. Have you seen today's video?
I saw half of today's video because of the internet connection. So I know no root vegetables, no beans, which I love hummus, which is going to be, that's like a go-to. So it's going to be tough. I'm not going to lie. This one's going to be a tough week.
It's going to be interesting. Let's not make it tough. Let's just make it interesting.
All right. Potato. I gotcha.
Well, how we do anything is how we do everything. And my favorite is what we think about, we talk about, and what we talk about, we bring about. So if we're thinking about it as being tough, it's going to be tough.
You're right. You're right. No, you're right. So
it's going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting.
And how do you feel about spinach and artichokes? You're fine with that, right?
Oh yeah, I love spinach and love artichokes.
Try the spinach and artichoke dip. I developed that to take the place of hummus.
Oh, perfect. I'll do that. I'll do that.
It's fine.
Have like, well, we should put crackers in it. Wait, we can't do crappy sugary crackers.
No, but you can make seed crackers, which Stan and I are both planning to do this week.
Okay. And I've got the seeds in my freezer, so I can do it. So I just have to do it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to really suggest for you, Jeanette, that really do think of it as being an interesting challenge rather than being difficult or tough.
Okay.
No, you're right. That'll keep you mentally focused.
Well, and if you're determined to fail, you're going to fail, right? So if you're determined to succeed, you're going to succeed, and you're right. You're absolutely right. I need to check my balance.
There you go. And the thing that I would think about too is that we don't want you to be hungry. So even though what you were craving was sugar, if there was some indication that you actually had some hunger, eat something else rather than just drinking water. Make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, you drink a glass of water and 10 minutes later, you still want something. You probably need something. And it might be salt.
It might be salt. I may not be getting enough salt. Okay.
So, cool.
So avocados are still good though, right?
I'm sorry, all the what?
Avocados are still okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Avocados are still good. Tomatoes are in the middle, so they're not like super recommended, but they're okay. So, and you've been finding the food guidelines to the right side of the video, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, because that'll list all of the stuff that's in season now, out of season, and in the middle.
Yeah, it's on my desk at work.
Cool. So with the middle stuff, especially in this phase for, I mean, and Eric said it, and I will be really clear. What we're putting you guys in right now is a very harsh spring. This is deep spring. This is not what you're typically doing living wild fit. This is challenge stuff. This is the first go at getting the switch to flip from sugar burning to fat burning. And so it may feel really restrictive for the next week or so, but keep looking for variety. And so if that means that you can't find things that are on the in-season list to get enough of the variety that you really want, then use some of the stuff that's in the middle. Stay away from the stuff that's out of season. And the last thing I want to say for you, since you haven't seen the rest of the video yet, is up until this week, slips are just a learning opportunity. You know, you slip, you have a half a cup of coffee, it's a learning opportunity, pay attention to it. But for this week on out especially, we want to try to avoid the slips. For a lot of people, what we see is that switch can be kind of hard to turn, you know, getting it to turn over to fat burning. Just one little thing can bring it right back up again. And you're struggling to get it. So you keep doing that, it gets a whole lot harder.
They're going into ketosis. Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is sugar sensitive then. Okay.
Yeah. So it's super sugar sensitive. And for some people more so than others. Go ahead.
No, I will say I went out for pizza with my family, like we usually do on Thursday, and I got a cauliflower crust with vegetables, no cheese. And it was very satisfactory. I'm sure there's probably Parmesan in the crust or something besides cauliflower. It was supposed to be just cauliflower and egg, but I feel like there must have been Parmesan in it, just by the way it crisped up.
Well, and possibly wheat.
And possibly wheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they said it was gluten-free. They said it was gluten-free.
Okay. Well, so, yeah, maybe a non-wheat flour of some sort.
Yeah, like an almond maybe. So you know, and I haven't done processed foods and all that, but Friday was just an intense day and I needed to have my wits about me. And so I you know, it was interesting because I treated it like a drug. Like, okay, this is like a drug. Oh my God, I need the drug to stimulate my brain to get me going. So it's this black cocaine at this point. But I did know I was doing it, but I really needed to get my focus with me, and I wasn't there. So,
and yeah, okay. Where did you go for pizza?
TK's.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. Awesome. Cauliflower crust. They only have smalls. They don't make it there themselves. It's gluten-free cauliflower. So they couldn't tell me. They said they thought it was just egg, salt, and cauliflower, and they burnt it a little, but because it's soft. Mm-hmm. So maybe there wasn't any cheese in it.
Maybe not. Cool.
So yep.
So when you finish the video, let me know if you've got any questions or anything like that.
Okay.
And the recipe of the day for everybody, by the way, is garlic mashed cauliflower, which I've also given you a recipe video for. I love the stuff. I find it super satisfying. The other thing that I find really satisfying is like if you're starting to feel a little bit of lack in terms of just caloric density this week, you can do a couple of different things. One of them is, you know, add in a little more lean protein. But the other thing that I do is I start putting almond milk in more things. So like I threw some almond milk in my Alka-Geyser this morning. Just because I was hungry when I got up because I let myself get hungry yesterday evening and then didn't eat anything. So I was actually hungry when I got up and I thought, you know, I got a long morning. Let's put some almond milk in there. So you can do that kind of stuff, which really helps as well. Cool. All righty. Stan, let's go to you.
Hi. I've been paying a lot more attention to water because I'm having less tea. Today I checked the Celestial Seasonings herbal tea box for sleepy time, and there's surprisingly, since Kraft owns it, surprisingly there's no bad stuff in it. It's things like blackberry leaves and I forget what all, chamomile of course. So I had a pot of that today. mostly because it was something other than plain water, and plain water is getting kind of boring. For the buffer zone, I kind of eased into it. Saturday, I had some sweet peppers left over in the fridge, and I wanted to use them up rather than throw them away. So I did those and onions in carnitas, and that was Friday and Saturday. And then yesterday I made your video mayonnaise, and that's the first time I made mayonnaise in about 20 years. So it was fun. And then I made crab salad for supper and for today's lunch using the mayonnaise. So I'm planning to do the seed crackers that Sandra found the recipe for, because they look really good and I love crunchy stuff. And then I'll do the spinach and artichoke dip. So that'll be a snack of 2 ingredients that I don't think I've had before ever. So that'll be kind of cool. Oh, breathing. Yeah, I'm doing okay with breathing. And I guess that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, the crab salad was perfectly fine for this week. You didn't put anything in it that wouldn't be appropriate for this week, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, it was crab meat, the mayonnaise, chives, salt and pepper, and some lemon juice.
Cool. Awesome. Good job. Linda.
Hi there. This week, over the buffer zone, I instead of going cold turkey on the fruit, I had some fruit that I had to eat up. So I had very little in the morning on both days, just scaled it way huge back. I had some leftovers sweet potatoes I had to finish cooking. They were with rosemary and some olive oil. So I had a serving of those with my breakfast. Other than that, what I did last night was prepped heavy for this week. So when I get hungry, or if I start to feel hungry, I know where I can grab and go without blowing it. I made my smoothie super thick, as though it was heavier than sweet pea soup. And I condensed it a lot with many, many greens, different kinds of greens in there, cucumber, celery, and avocado. So when I really need something, I could pour some in a cup, fill it with water, mix it, and drink it down, and get something and still get my hydration. One of the things I've learned, I don't like cauliflower, never did. So I buy it and eat it anyways. But last night I finally got it where my cauliflower rice is really good.
Good.
So I used fresh garlic and olive oil, super high heat, where before it wasn't high enough, and it took all the moisture out and I had a nice rice texture. I put that in a bowl. I put my favorite spaghetti sauce that I make with the sausage meat on top, and comfort food, 100%, very delish. So I enjoyed that. And this might help with Jeanette. When really after dinner, when you kind of want that little something sweet, I thought, oh, let's see here. I think I'll have a nice hot cup of that blueberry tea. And I let it sit in the cup hot for like 3 to 5 minutes. So it's really dark blueberry. So you get a nice deep taste to it. And it's very satisfying and delish. And then after that, I'm done for the evening. That's my evening treat now. So good week. I'm looking forward to it. So far, so good. Feeling good.
Good. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it is. I got this.
Absolutely.
And what I like about this, other than the quote keto, when I was on keto, that didn't work for me, but caused my kidneys to degrade. What they did is they super restrict you on how much carbohydrates you can have. And we can have as much greens as we want, which are loaded with carbohydrates, some more than others. And when I say loaded, it's still a low amount,
right?
Which, I haven't felt the blue flu today, right? Because I have carbohydrates that I need to have. So I'm liking this a lot better than the keto diet.
Yeah, and there are a number of advantages. I mean, another problem with keto as it's been commercialized is that they really don't put an emphasis on high quality lean protein.
Right.
I mean, when we were at Brovance, I think last year, and I watched Cindy Hayden ordering a ribeye steak and eating all the fat on it. Yeah, because it came really rimmed with fat, and I'm looking at that and I'm thinking to myself, maybe not your best choice, but
Right.
and again, being in ketosis long term is not healthy for us. So, again, commercialized keto diet is, oh yeah, stay in ketosis all the time. It's not
Right.
healthy for you.
Right. And the other thing I want to say about that was I hear Eric say, give your pancreas a break.
Mhm.
So this morning it's like, oh, I'm giving my pancreas a break.
Yep.
Give your gallbladder a break. Give your liver a break. Give your kidneys a break. And that's what keto doesn't do. It doesn't give your heart a break, or your arteries. I mean, you're eating so much fat, and I can't do it. It's disgusted me. Pork rinds, I just can't do it. Sorry.
Well, and it's not high quality fat either. It's not
It's-
it's not appropriate dietary fat. So,
That's right. And all the keto snacks that you buy at the store, just junk.
well, I mean, think about this. Anything, and I was noticing this when I was in Costco yesterday. I don't even remember what the package was because I didn't look at it very closely, but it was like keto diet, keto friendly or whatever, and I'm like, really? It comes in a package.
I
It's
know.
not human friendly.
Keto, but not human. That's good. I like that.
So there you go. All right, cool. Well, good job. Well done. Keep it up. Sandra. Are you there?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep, I
Yeah,
got you.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got a mask on too. So, I have today will be my start. I did use my buffer zone. So I'm at Sprouts, loading up on meat, right now, and vegetables. I'm like thinking about how this is going to be a really short trip. As normally it'll take me a while because I'll walk to the store and browse the aisles, but right now I'm just looking at vegetables. So I know that I think I'm almost done. The artichoke dip, right now that you shared with us, I can't remember what else is included. So I'm buying an artichoke. What else do I need to get for that?
You need about 8 to 10 ounces of spinach. You can use either fresh or frozen. Doesn't matter.
I have that. Yeah.
You need 14 and a half to 14 to 15 ounce jar of artichokes in water.
Oh, you need artichokes and water.
Yeah, not marinated.
I just got a fresh one.
Oh, yeah, no. But you can use
okay.
the artichoke dip to dip the artichoke in when you cook it.
Oh, okay.
That would be good.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so you want them in the jar in water, and
In the jar. Okay.
and you need a cup of macadamia.
Thank you. It's only because macadamia. Okay, thank you. It's only because I'm walking around the supermarket, and right now that you guys mentioned it, I was like, oh, I think I want to try that.
And I think everything
So thank
else
you.
you should have around. It's a little bit of lemon juice, mayonnaise,
Okay.
which you can make easily, salt, and I think that's about it. Can't remember for sure, but that should be pretty close. Everything else is pretty easy to come by. So let's talk about the buffer zone for just a moment, though. You chose to live in week 5 through the buffer zone. So
Correct. Yeah.
what were your thoughts around that over the weekend?
That's fine. I had been, a little worried about this week. But like you said earlier, it's a new challenge. So that's why I wanted to start out by coming to the supermarket to get stuff before I got to the urge to eat any of the, crap around the house, because like I told you guys before, it's not easy because, my parents aren't doing this with me. So, it is a little tough, especially because we celebrated their anniversary this weekend. So it was not easy because there's a lot of, fast food around.
Mm-hmm.
So I am excited about, getting to the store and just coming in. I just need to keep on looking for recipes to try stuff, because before this, I didn't even really cook for myself much. So it's a learning experience. So just learning to cook and, obviously to eat better. So
Yeah, and so one of the things that you can do that makes it easier to learn how to cook stuff that you're not familiar with is just go to Google
Uh-huh.
and let's say, for example, you want to make Brussels sprouts. Just go
Yes,
to Google
uh-huh.
and put in Brussels sprouts recipes.
yes, because I do need to work on that, because I'm like, it's really pathetic. I try to make them myself, but I never get them quite right, because I do like that crunchy factor.
Uh-huh.
And so I've tried before, like in the pan, I've tried making them in the oven, but then I was like, oh, maybe I just need to peel them, apart or cut them smaller.
You have an air
Because-
fryer, right?
I do, yes.
Okay, so here's your Brussels sprouts recipe. You want
Okay.
your Brussels sprout pieces to be roughly the same size. So the big ones, you cut off the stem end because they're usually a little discolored anyway. And then depending on how big it is, you cut it into halves or quarters. Get them all roughly the same
Okay.
size. And here's the way I do it. I put them in a quart-size Ziploc bag. And then I just dump in a little bit of avocado oil, usually about a teaspoon and a half, something like that. And sprinkle in some salt and pepper. Sometimes I put a little thyme in or whatever, it doesn't matter. Shake the bag up, dump it into the air fryer pan. And depending on your air fryer, it's somewhere between 5 and 8 minutes.
Okay.
It's awesome.
Okay. I'll try that out. Yeah.
And that
okay.
actually
I'm gonna
works
try
for like
that
every
out.
single vegetable in the world. I love roasting vegetables.
Can I just add one thing to that?
I need to do that.
Sure, go ahead, Stan.
When I dump, I then, and I don't do this with other vegetables, but with the Brussels sprouts, I manually turn most of them over so that the cut side is against the pan, because I get a nicer crisp that way.
Mm.
And I heard Sandra say she likes hers crisp too.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
If you're using a pan, that absolutely matters. If you're using an air fryer basket, it has holes underneath so that you get air circulation all the way around. So yeah, good call, Del.
Got it.
So while you're
And
while
what do
you're
you
in
guys think?
sprouts- Sorry, go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, while you're in sprouts, just look at all the different kinds of vegetables available and pick something you've never had before.
Yeah, and so it's funny because right now I was thinking, I was like, I should switch to video so I could show you guys as I'm shopping, because I was going to ask you guys right now. I'm like, it's sad to say, but even right now I'm looking at the butter lettuce.
Uh-huh.
Because I just got some lettuce because I got hamburgers. And so I'm like, I don't think I've actually ever had butter lettuce. So, any thoughts on butter lettuce?
I like butter lettuce.
Does it really taste like butter, or why do they call it butter?
No. I don't know why they call it butter lettuce. Anybody have any idea? I'm getting a lot of head shaking here.
I think it's the texture of it. It has a soft kind of
Oh.
texture to it. And it's really my very favorite lettuce ever. Yep, my butter lettuce. And the leaves are
Okay,
big, and you can wrap all kinds of stuff in it. So I
Yeah.
think you'll really enjoy it.
That's why I was looking at it. Can you see my video now?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because I had gotten just like the regular lettuce, and then right now that I'm talking on the phone, I saw this, and I was like, oh, it's probably got maybe a better wrap on my burger.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I was thinking of trying. But I did when I got the other regular lettuce. I mean, the longer
Uh-huh.
leaf lettuce. Got my artichoke, and then I'm trying to get the meat because normally this is the sausage links I tried a couple weeks ago. It's supposed to doesn't have any sugar in it, and nothing, no lactic acids or anything. And then I found this one, Canadian bacon, also with doesn't have any sugar in it.
And
So
no
I'm gonna try
preservatives,
this
right?
out. No, well, it just says vinegar and lemon juice concentrate and sea salt flavoring.
And that's it?
I mean, sea salt seasoning. It says natural flavoring, just sea
Yeah.
salt.
Natural flavorings, not good.
Okay.
Remember,
Okay.
natural flavorings are really artificial flavorings that have a very, very tiny amount of something natural, and that allows them to call it natural.
Gotcha. Okay, I'll
Sorry.
put these back. It's okay. No, it's a good thing I'm sharing you guys some more because I would have just taken that. I just got some pork chops and some hamburgers.
Cool.
I haven't bought any hamburgers in a long time, so that's a big thing for me because you know how I feel about the meat. So I'm gonna try that because yeah, unfortunately, all the crap that I would like, like the fake meat stuff, we found that has a sugar in it and whatever. So I'm gonna try out the real meat. I mean, this week. So we'll see how it goes.
It's definitely a learning process to figure this stuff out. And, I'm
Yeah.
really proud of you for working through this, reading the packages, and, just keep reminding yourself that you're doing this for a reason.
Yes. So no, I mean, the good thing is that now when I came in, I'm like, it was a lot easier because I went straight to the sausage or whatever. I already knew which one didn't have sugar or anything in it.
Hmm.
And so it did make it a lot easier. I'm double checking the sausage now. But it just says salt, spices. Spices are ginger, nutmeg, sage, black pepper, and red pepper.
Yep, that's good.
for
Oh,
the
that sounds
sausage.
good.
Hmm.
Okay, so I'll just put back the Canadian bacon. It's just because I'm like, I'm not a big fan of eggs. Been trying to force myself to eat eggs in the morning. And so I'm like, I need a little sausage or something to go with that.
How about
But
hard-boiled
that
eggs?
just reminds me that I need to try that again. When I was little, I used to like the hard-boiled eggs. And I was a weirdo because I used to crumble up some bacon and throw that in there.
Hmm.
So that's a good reminder. I need to try that. And then I just saw mushrooms right now. So I was thinking I should get some mushrooms and maybe try to make like an omelet.
There you go.
Yes. And then also, I was thinking, okay, so this is my last comment because I know I'm taking up too much time.
You're
But
fine.
I bought prosciutto last week or whatever. And I tried eating it with the seed crackers. I think I told you guys on Friday. And I thought it was, and also because I think I'm just missing the cheese. But then I was like, oh, maybe I could put it like on a salad because I like arugula.
Uh-huh.
And supposedly, arugula is, supposed to help you with giving you energy or whatever. So I was like, maybe I could try the arugula with some of the prosciutto. Yeah, I don't know. I think what it is that I'm missing, like I told you guys, a crunch and all that stuff. But I'm used to having that stuff, like, something in there. So I'm like, the thought of just eating prosciutto and arugula right now, I'm like, doesn't sound appetizing. So I just got to figure out what to use the prosciutto with.
I have a suggestion. Instead of wrapping it around melon, wrap it around asparagus,
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And then,
because asparagus
Okay,
really
I'll say that.
benefits from that salt. So I just
Okay.
kind of frighten the asparagus a little bit so it's not super crunchy, and then wrap the prosciutto around.
and see, that's where the coming into like learning how to cook comes into play because I made asparagus and I cooked them too long. Actually, I made them on the barbecue and then they still got like, a little soggy. So like, meh. So I just need
Yeah,
to
on the
frighten them. I
barbecue they
forgot
will.
about that.
Yeah.
I just
need to
nuke
frighten
them. I just nuke them
Oh,
for
okay.
about a minute and a quarter. And
Okay.
then if they're fairly thick, they'll need more time. But I test them after a minute and a quarter.
So you don't want to eat them raw, right?
Well, you can.
Yeah,
You absolutely can. I do this.
Really?
Yeah, the ones that are like pencil size. I throw
the really
Yeah,
thin
like-
ones. Yeah.
I throw those raw in my salads all the time. Yeah, like that.
Okay, because these are really skinny. I know. I think that the ones that I bought last time were really skinny, and I put those on the barbecue. So they were just flimsy, and I don't like, the consistency is what I was missing.
Yeah, no, the small
So-
ones, the small ones like that, Sandra, I really like them raw just fine. And like you, I like some crunch, and I especially like some crunch in my salads. Because just having, the
So
lettuce
that would be,
boring. Yeah, so I do.
yeah,
I do a
so
bunch
that
of
would be good with my arugula.
Yeah, so it'd be good.
Cool.
And so when you're preparing asparagus, what you want to
Uh-huh.
do is you take the stalk, like hold one end in one thing, one hand, and near the head in the other hand, and you just snap it. And wherever it snaps,
Oh,
the stem end part is the part you don't want to eat.
yeah, because, okay. And then I'm like horrible with, seasonings and all that. I do like shallots.
Mhm.
So I got some shallots in my basket right now,
Nice.
but yeah, I'm just gonna take a little walk around here and see what else I can find to try. Because yeah, we'll see what else I can find.
Good. And
To
another
accompany
thing
my
I
stuff.
like for salads when I want some more crunch is, I'll put like some sliced
Uh-huh.
almonds on.
Some sliced olives,
Almonds.
almonds. Thank you.
Yeah. 'Cause
Okay, that's a good idea.
Yeah, get you a little more crunch. So cool. Good job.
Okay.
Trader Joe's has sliced dry roasted almonds that are just a little bit browned, and they're perfect for salads. You don't have to do any prep work on them at all.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Good
And I
to
think
know because
Sprouts-
I'm like I think that.
I think Sprouts does too.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I
You
think
know, and
Sprouts
I'm-
does too.
I
And
wonder-
they've got those big bins of bulk nuts and stuff. I
Yes.
think they're in there.
Yes. Yeah. It's over there. So I'm like, yep. I'll hit that section next.
Cool.
And yeah, lastly, my last comment is just that, I don't really like salad dressing anyways. And so I feel like I'm overdoing it with a lemon. So I'm lemon on everything, because that's the only thing I know how to marinate with. So got to figure that out. So I might spend some time in that aisle.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm
So
trying to like flip the camera for you guys.
nope, you're good. So far, I think you're okay. Lemon really is a fruit. So if you find that you're not releasing weight, you might need to cut down on the lemon, but you've already started releasing weight before we got to this week. So I think you'll be okay. We'll see, but we'll keep an eye on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
And-
Thank you.
One more. I'll post a picture later on Facebook, because while I was at Costco, I did find something that could possibly use as a tortilla. It was cauliflower egg wrap or something like that. It looked like a tortilla, and it was only cauliflower and rice cauliflower and it's supposed to be egg. So I'll post that in Facebook later.
Okay, cool.
But those
Check it out.
crackers I got are delicious. But yeah, I know they have corn. So, but they were the best. Come on, they were good.
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Dana, what's going on?
Oh, multiple offers on 2 properties.
Good job.
But other than that, over the weekend, I finished up my fruit because I had a bunch. And then Alan didn't ask me and went and bought a whole bunch of fruit. And I said, well, you get to eat it. I was just using it up today or yesterday. So it was funny.
Yeah.
He goes, well, why didn't you tell me? I said, you didn't tell me you were going to the farmer's market. I would have had you get me some more avocados.
The fruit you can eat this week.
Yes. But
Yeah.
other than that, everything's good. We cooked up, we roasted a chicken on the rotisserie last night. So that's what I'm having for lunch with my salad today.
So have you seen the video yet?
Yes.
Any concerns for you going into this week?
No. I've lost about 5 pounds,
Nice. Congratulations.
but my clothes are fitting more like I lost 10.
Awesome. Yeah, we're just coming into what could be the weight release phase for most people. So it's like everybody's been releasing some weight already. That's pretty awesome.
And I haven't been hungry, so it's good.
Yeah. No, we like the not being hungry part. The not being hungry part's pretty important. So, yeah, so you're having that experience where you're most likely losing inches without losing weight. So that's cool. One of the things that Eric brought up in the video that I just kind of wanted to hit on was that part of the reason for that can be things like improved bone density, muscle building, and of course the increased hydration. So all of that is really beneficial in terms of overall health. And I think what we're seeing with everybody is, feeling better as we're getting there. So we've got a lot of stuff that you guys have accomplished already, which I think is super cool. This week coming up might turn out to be a little bit of a challenge, so pay attention to that for everybody. And if you find that you're feeling challenged, especially, post it up in the Facebook group. Let's get some support around that for you guys, and make sure that you're getting the help that you need. So, anybody have any questions, comments, concerns? Stan?
So can you tell us what the deal is with cashews? They sure look like nuts to me, and they're in my mixed nuts from Costco. But I see in the food guidelines that they're really forbidden.
Yeah, because they're really not a nut. They're the seed of a fruit. So that's the first thing. They're not a nut, they're a seed. But the second thing that's even more important is that cashews cannot be eaten without being processed. They're toxic if you just eat them off the fruit. And interestingly, the seed grows on the outside of the fruit. They're really bizarre looking. You should Google it and see what they look like. But they are actually toxic to eat if they have not been processed. So part of the Wild Fit principle is we really only want to eat things that we can eat raw. So that's part of the reason for no potatoes. You can't eat potatoes raw either.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
I used to know a guy who brought raw potatoes to work with him, and that would be his snack. He'd take bites out of a raw potato.
I would love to know what his gut biome looked like. I'm not going to question what he was doing, but yeah, we shouldn't be eating raw potatoes.
Okay.
And cashews,
Good to know. It never really tempted me.
yeah, not something I'd want. Now, roasted potato is a little bit different, but
Alan likes raw potatoes.
Alan likes raw potatoes.
I don't like raw potatoes, but he likes them.
Everything I've seen says you can't eat them raw without getting, potentially getting sick. So, but cashews definitely have to be processed in order to remove the toxins from them. And they're not really a nut. Same as peanuts. Peanuts aren't really nuts either. So there's that.
So
Linda?
if peanuts aren't a nut, I know they have a lot of alpha toxins in them that are not good for you, but what are they, a fruit, and how do they grow? I never really looked that up before.
I think
They're a legume.
they're a legume. Yeah. And
I love peanuts.
well, the other issue with peanuts is, in addition to not being a nut, they are also most often moldy.
Right. And yep.
because of the way that they're handled.
Yep.
So, kind of like blue cheese. Probably don't want to be eating mold either on a regular basis. Just,
I like blue cheese crumbles on my salad.
yep.
Me too.
I could live without it.
I can live without it, but I like it.
Yeah. Well, and it'll be interesting after the challenge for both Dana and Stan, if you choose to have those again, to see if you really like them still or not.
Yep.
That'll be an interesting thing to figure out. So I'm going to challenge everybody over the course of this week to post something in the Facebook group that you made, preferably with a picture, that you thought was really delicious and worth sharing with everybody else.
I made really good salsa out of my garden, but I'm out of tomatoes now.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine to come back ripe again. Cool. I am feeling like we are in pretty good shape here. I don't want to keep you unnecessarily, but I do want to make sure you guys get time to get any questions or concerns out. So you tell me, are we feeling good? Stan?
Just one more. Cauliflower rice. I'm assuming that if I buy a package of cauliflower rice, it's going to be a lot more expensive than a head of cauliflower.
Oh, for
So
sure.
to make my own, all I do is what? Cut florets and then whiz them in the Vitamix.
Yeah, so you can do
Oh,
it.
no. I'm sorry.
You can
I
do it
tried
multiple.
that. It didn't work well.
You can do it multiple different ways. So one way is to whiz them in the Vitamix. And you'll want to do it probably on the pulse setting.
Okay.
Another way is to do it in the Instant Pot, where basically what you do is cut the florets off, put them in a steamer, set the cup of water in the bottom of the Instant Pot. You set it for 0 minutes and then immediately quick release. And then use a potato masher. Take it out, dump out the water, put the cauliflower back in with a little bit of olive oil or avocado oil. Use a potato masher to mash them up. Add whatever seasonings. I do it that way a lot when I'm doing like curried cauliflower rice. If I'm doing like stir-fried cauliflower rice, I do it in the Vitamix. Either way. So what's your method, Linda, that you don't like the Vitamix?
Because it kept getting stuck at the bottom and it would not grind nicely. It was a constant pain in the ass. So what I ended up doing is I took my mixer and I put the attachment on there and I used the cheese grater, and I got it really small and thin and stuck it through there. And then what I did, the first time I cooked it, there was still too much moisture in it. So it wasn't that crispy, ricey feeling to it. So the second batch I put in the refrigerator overnight and it turned out a lot better. It was a little drier. And so I went to the garden, I got fresh basil, cut it up, put a ton of fresh basil in there. First, the olive oil I'd heat up. I take fresh garlic and I gently brown it in with the olive oil, stick the basil in there, cook it up a little bit, and then I threw the rice in there. And it gets dry. You just keep it on a high temperature, because if it's too low, it doesn't get dry enough and crispy enough like rice, right? So I put it on high heat. And yesterday it was really good. It's my best batch yet.
Good.
So-
The issue you were having with the Vitamix is you were probably putting too much in the container at one time.
I started with one.
Well, then that wasn't enough.
Yeah, well, I
You gotta-
tried.
You
I
gotta
tried
find
putting
the right
more
one.
in. Yeah, I tried putting more in, and it just didn't work out well. And it could be my Vitamix. It's an older model. It's not one of the newer models. I don't know if that makes a difference, but it's about 5 years old.
Cool. Cool. All righty. Anything else? Jeanette, you have any parting words since I can't see you?
No, I just, another kudos to your brother there. Sorry, my allergies are kicking in right now. I have prosciutto and asparagus on my lunch plate for today.
Perfect.
So yeah, love it.
Yay.
Yeah. Well, I struggle eating meat. I really do. And I think that's probably the thing is I just got to get over that. But I love prosciutto. So as you were talking, I'm like, I've got prosciutto. I've got asparagus. Holy cow. It's awesome. Keep it coming.
I like that. How long are you staying up at the cabin for?
Probably just one more night. It's so foggy. It's so smoky. I can only see, well, Mount Whitney is less than like 5 miles from where I'm at. And
Right.
I can't see it at all.
Yeah, also.
I can tell there's a mountain there. So I bet it's less than a mile visibility. But you know how it is. I've gotten so much work done already today. I want to keep the momentum going. So I'll just keep working it and then sleep in tomorrow and then head home. But yeah, the smoke is intense here.
Yeah, unfortunately. Well, it's pretty intense here too. So there's that.
Yeah, I figured either way, I got to take a Benadryl. So I might as well take one with a better view.
Makes sense to me.
Yep,
All right, guys, y'all are doing an amazing job. I'm really proud of you. Keep up the good work. And do share what you're eating so that other people get ideas like Jeanette just did from Stan. Okay?
Yeah.
Cool.
And the blueberry tea, thank you very much. I'm going to look into that today. I have it on my list to go look at the grocery store and see if they have it. So thank you. That's another great one.
Prosciutto that I found had sugar in it. I haven't found any without it.
Oh, really?
Rot road.
I got mine from Trader Joe's,
Okay, I'll try there.
but I don't
I
have
didn't
the
go there.
yeah, I don't have the wrapper in front of me, so I can't tell you where it came from.
Where do
Like-
they keep the prosciutto in Trader Joe's?
In the meat section.
Yeah, I prefer to get the prosciutto sliced if I can, but I haven't been able to find anyone that slices prosciutto that's worth eating.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah,
I'll check
process.
it out at TJ's next time too.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah, yeah. Prosciutto San Daniele is the best. They don't use sugar. They just feed, although they do feed their pigs cheese to make the prosciutto taste better.
Interesting. Now
Mm-hmm.
you were going to talk to the butcher shop about what they were making for sausage. Did you ever do
Yes.
that?
Nope, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It's on my list of things to do.
Do you know if they sell bones?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Although I was in Save Mart the other day and I was shocked at what they were getting for beef bones.
They're pretty high. It's for a tuétano. The bone marrow is this, sometimes that's considered a specialty in certain Spanish dishes.
Huh.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I have to do that. And then what was the other thing I was going to ask? Oh, soups. I'm guessing vegetable soups are good to go, even though that's more than frightening your vegetables.
Yeah.
Right?
Vegetable soups are fine. And when I reached this stage in the challenge, I just I started doing two things. I would cook like the base soup on its own for a little while to meld the seasoning flavors. And then I would put the rest of the vegetables in so that the vegetables weren't getting super overcooked.
Yeah, I might start doing that because even cauliflower rice would be great in there for like a chicken rice soup.
Yep, absolutely. That's on my list of things to make later this week.
Yeah.
Since I've got 2 chickens, I've got to roast or do something.
Yeah, I think that's something more of what I'll be doing. This is more soups.
Mhm.
So, okay. Well, thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you, guys. Have an amazing and fascinating week. And we'll see you on Friday.
Sounds good. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.